Hello everyone. Now I will discuss the steps and procedure in black and white printmaking using contact printing. The first step is prepare the materials. Prepare the materials needed: the darkroom, chemicals, contact printer, and the enlarger in making contact printing. Next is prepare the contact printer. Ensuring the room is in safe light, place a multigrade photographic paper on the board. Then arrange the negative on the top of the paper. Then close the glass over the negatives. Next step is use filter in enlarger. Use a grade to filter into the filter holder on your enlarger. Next step is set the enlarger timer. Set the enlarger timer to give the paper the correct exposure. Then transfer the sheet to your trace of chemical, then slide it. Next step is developing, stop bath, and fixing process. For developing process, agitate and slide the sheet in the tray for 60 seconds. Watch the image to appear. After 60 seconds, transfer it to the stop bath for 10 seconds. And for the final process, transfer it to fixing process for 30 seconds in a fresh solution. Then, the next step is wash the final print. Rinse with running water to remove any leftover chemicals. And the last step is evaluate the print. Some of the frames will be lighter, other darker, depending on the exposure each received in the camera. And that's all the steps and procedures in black and white printing making using a contact printing. Using a photo enlarging. First step, prepare the equipment. Prepare the materials needed: the darkroom, chemicals, and the enlarger in making photo enlarging. Next step, prepare the chemical mixtures and trays. Pour the chemical mixtures in each tray for developing, stop bath, and fixing process. Next step is choose and place the negative. Choose your negative that you want to enlarge and place the negative in the negative carrier. Use a paper brush to remove the dust and slide the carrier into enlarger. Next step is focusing your image. Turn on the safe lights and off the room lights. Then turn on the enlarger and use a focus finder for optimal sharpness. Next step is setting the aperture, f-stop. Adjust the aperture to f8. Use a grade to filter into the filter holder on your enlarger. Next step is making test print. Place a multigrade paper into the easel. Set the timer for 5 seconds increment. Repeat until you reveal all the sheets. Then take your sheets to your trace of chemicals. Next, developing, stop bath, and fixing process. Slide it quickly and smoothly. Start the timer and watch the image to appear. For developing process, slide it for 60 seconds. For the stop bath process, slide it for 10 seconds, and for the final process, fixing process, should only take 30 seconds in fresh solution. Next step is rinse and select. Rinse with running water to remove any leftover chemicals, and select correct exposure time from your test print. Next step is making the final print. Ensuring the room is in safe light. Place a multigrade paper onto the easel. Set the timer for the correct exposure time. Then, take your sheets to your trays of chemicals. Next, developing stop bath and fixing process. Repeat the processing steps taken previously. For the developing process, 60 seconds. Stop bath process, 10 seconds. Fixing process is 30 seconds. Then, and the final step is wash and dry the final print. Wash the final print with running water for 2 minutes to remove chemical and dry it. And you have now made your final print. And that's all the steps and procedures in black and white printmaking using a contact printing and using a photo enlarging method.